15% of 1.5 million, which is supposed to be his clothing allowance. Hold on. Travel with me. Hold on. Provision of 2 security officers or 6,000 each officer as an equivalent. 1 gardener or 4,000 Ghana cedis as a cash equivalent. Full medical cover for him, his spouse, and up to 5. Provision of 2 cars with full maintenance and insurance. Fuel allocation of 1,005 liters of fuel monthly. Fuel allocation. Do your own mathematics. 1,005 liters of fuel monthly for each official vehicle.
The official vehicle may be sold
to Mr. Gyamfi upon contract expiration or termination per the company's asset disposal policy. 30 working days of paid vacation annually. 30 working days of paid vacation annually. Exclusive of public holidays. So anywhere in the world, if he decides to go to Bahamas, if he decides to go to wherever, if he decides to go there, the state is responsible to pay fully all the expenses for this vacation. Airfare up to $10,000 upon proof of per diem. Per diem of USD $2,000 a day. So if he travels for 30 days, it means he's going to receive $2,000 a day. For 7 days, payable in advance for annual familiarization tour. Business class travel tickets for official duties and $2,000 per diem per day of travel. Annual performance bonus subject to set targets and in accordance to the company's bonus policy. An unspecified CEO-related benefit shall be paid at the prevailing CEO's rate plus 20%. Personal accident and life insurance cover valued at 5 times the CEO's annual salary. Somebody said A. Let me repeat. Personal accident and life insurance cover valued at 5 times the CEO's annual salary. The annual salary is what? 1.5 million. It is palpable, unethical, and a complete betrayal of the public trust for Mr. Sammy Gyamfi to receive all these benefits on the back of helping maintaining a steady currency, yet fail to have any iota of confidence in the Ghana cedi to the extent of using United States dollars as his currency of daily use. Ladies and gentlemen, it may have escaped many observers of this unfortunate incident, but not only, and this is an important aspect, not only was Mr. Sammy Gyamfi giving out United States dollars without restraint, but Range Rover Auto, all these things, under 120 days of being in government, and if they are gift, who are these persons gifting him, and what relationship do they have to his work as CEO? If within 120 days in office, appointees of Mr. Mahama have become culpable of such opulence and ostentation, then the years ahead will be indeed a telling story. Already, there is a loud cloud of corruption hanging around President Mahama's appointee. Following the indictment of Dr. Ayene, his Attorney General, as involved in corrupt activities, Article 88 of the Constitution is very clear. And I'll come back again to Sammy. But just about some few weeks ago, the Attorney General was accused of being a thief and being a corrupt person. In his defense, he said that A Plus is saying so because he went for some monies from a certain businessman called Dr. Sledge. And that is why A Plus is saying so. Now, A Plus comes back, says that no, that is not what I'm referring to. I am referring to the 500,000 Ghana cedis. He's specific. He has mentioned the amount. I am referring to the 500,000 went for. And the reason for this money was to go and bribe the appointment committee of parliament, because you were appearing before the appointment committee. Now, he goes on to say that he is a stupid fool and he will reset his mind. Again, when the Attorney General attempted to respond, he says that A Plus should not go there, and if A Plus wants us to play in the mud, in the dirt, he is prepared. He can dirty himself. He can play in the mud, because where he comes from, they have been playing in the mud. So as for mud, he's not afraid of mud. Who says we want our Attorney General to be playing in the mud? Who? Who said? And you see, that is why I brought this constitution. In fact, the only minister with an elaborate mandate captured in the constitution is the Attorney General. Article 88 is clear. And indulge me. There shall be an Attorney General of Ghana who shall be the Minister of State and the principal legal advisor to the government. The Attorney General shall discharge such other duties of legal nature as may be referred to or assigned to him by the President or imposed on him by this Constitution or any other law. 3. The Attorney General shall be responsible for all the initiation and conduct, of all prosecutions of criminal offenses. All offenses prosecuted in the name of the Republic of Ghana shall be at the suit of the Attorney General or any other person authorized by him in accordance with any law. 5. The Attorney General shall be responsible for institution and conduct of all civil cases on behalf of the state, and all civil proceedings against the state shall be instituted against the Attorney General as a defendant. 6, and final. The Attorney General shall have audience in all courts in Ghana. So if you have your Attorney General who is unable to respond to such serious allegations, he is unable to respond to these allegations well, but then he says that, first of all, he's been advised to proceed to court, but then he will not do so because he's been given a mandate by the president. He wants to concentrate. I found that weird. Look, in your daily practice, you always go to court. If somebody says you are a thief, you are corrupt, you have gone for 500,000 Ghana cedis to bribe appointment committee so that you can sail through vetting, and the person says that you are a stupid fool and is going to reset your mind, and you are telling Ghanaians that you are not going to go to court, you will not proceed to court. Why? Because you are focusing on your work. Meanwhile, court is where you live, is where you sleep, is your home. So, is it not scary? Is it not scandalous that Attorney General says that a member of his own majority caucus, an MP, not just anybody like me and you, an MP says that you are a thief, you are corrupt, you have gone for 500,000 Ghana cedis, and all you can say is that you can play in the mud. As for you, you can swim in the mud. So A Plus should bring it on. And then you are rather inviting us to ask A+ what he knows about the NSS scandal. What is our business? Is that supposed to be our business? You have the prosecutorial powers. You are the man in charge. And you are telling us to go and ask A+ what he knows about the NSS scandal. Look, this is below the belt. And as I've just read to you, for an attorney general to be saying that I can play in the mat, and we are being told that A+ just apologized. So what now? It is going to be an apology spree. People commit offense, and they are told to apologize, and that be it. So now we are going to live in a nation of apology. Everything is apology. So A+ apologizes, and then Sammy also apologizes, and then we leave it there. No. It's important for us to hold these are appointees to account for their actions. Attorney General, you cannot say that you want to play in the mat. We do not want an Attorney General to dirty himself. No, that is not what we want. And again, we expect His Excellency the President not to sweep this under the carpet. These are serious allegations. And all we see is that A+ goes back to pull down the post and is made to apologize, and that is it. Mr. President is being put to the test on his commitment to the very values he sought to espouse exactly a week ago when he outdoored the code of conduct. The entire world is waiting with bated breath on further actions by President Mahama, considering the actions of Mr. Sammy Gyamfi and the Attorney General, who says that I want to play in the mat, I want to dirty myself. We want to see some action from President Mahama. We call on the President to show leadership, to act swiftly, decisively, and not to give Mr. Gyamfi and the Attorney General a pat on their backs for this reckless conduct. It is crucial to underscore the necessity of adherence to governance practice in line with constitutional and legal provisions. An issue I really want to raise with you, and follow me on this, that guide the conduct of public officers in Ghana. You recall that in 2017, former President Akufo-Addo, through the National Executive Committee of the New Patriotic Party, issued a directive mandating that all party officials who had been appointed to governmental positions by President Akufo-Addo must resign from their political party roles in adherence to best practices in governance and accountability. So if you recall, even our current General Secretary, he was the then Ashanti Regional Youth Organizer. When he was appointed CEO, he resigned. A whole lot of ministers, Otiko Afisa Jaba was a National Women Organizer. She also resigned. Mr. Mewu from Volta Region resigned. Of blessed memory, Honorable Ashiti, Greater Agradaa Minister, also resigned. Honorable Ajay as Mayor also resigned. The names, a lot, they resigned. Today, what do we see? It is important to note that a similar practice does not appear to have followed under the current National Democratic Congress. Several individuals, while holding influential governmental positions, continue to hold dual roles that may pose concern in terms of governance practice, legal stipulations, and ethical standards. Specifically, the following individuals remain in both political and public office, raising critical issues about compliance with relevant legal norms. the national youth organizer of the NDC, George Opare Ado, is a minister now. He's still the national youth organizer. Mr. Sammy Gyamfi is the national communications officer. He has not resigned. And he's still their communications officer. Elections, he's not resigned. I recall that even when I was elected at elections, he's not resigned. I recall that even when I was elected as a national youth organizer, I resigned from Deputy Executive Director of NSS. Also, all regional and constituency executives who have been appointed into key government positions are still at post. I go to Ashanti region, their regional secretary is the regional minister, he's still at post. You go to region, their regional secretary is the regional minister, he's still at post. You go to Eastern region, I think the woman was their women organizer, and today he's still at post. The retention of these dual roles by political appointees under the NDC administration raises significant legal concerns regarding the Constitution of Ghana, particularly Article 94, which Services Act prohibits public officers from engaging in business or holding any other positions that might undermine their impartiality and efficiency in their official capacities. The continued holding of political appointments alongside public office positions undermines the principle of neutrality in public service, and these individuals remain bound by their party loyalties, which could affect their objectivity and ability to serve the state effectively. In the light of all these considerations, it is imperative for the government to reassess the position of individuals holding dual appointments and ensure that the requisite legal framework are strictly adhered to. The principle of separation of powers between political and public roles is not just a matter of legal compliance, but is central to maintaining public trust, ensuring the integrity of state institutions, and upholding the principles of good governance. We urge His Excellency the President to take immediate steps to rectify the situation by ensuring that all political party holders who have been appointed to public office, especially those holding political positions, comply with the relevant provisions, and also, as we said, because of good governance principles, they must resign. The clear delineation of political roles and governmental functions will reinforce the credibility of the administration and strengthen public confidence in the democratic process. We thank you very much for coming, and we hope that we'll be engaging you we are waiting for the outcome of His Excellency the President. Now, Mame Mmone Tofa Ewo Twi. Abusuafo beda mo ase. Ene se ye frɛ mo baya, edi kan ye beda mo nyama se na no demonstration a mo nyina mo gina mu ma ye ma no ye kama no. Ekoye ye beda mo ase. Enche bia no ye bekoso abodahuro afa enema bi ni anamontu a ye ba bitu ho. Na ene adetitru nti a ye hia wo ha efa amamu ho. Encha ye na yewura mahama ede krata ba ya watudin eye code of conduct. Code of conduct na siche nya ne se eye krata a wakuchiri. Se ne be ya eye omo a wapa omo so mbe ye adwuma o na aban mu no. Omo di ebe ye adwuma na ama amamu no ayefe. Eni na wotwe kra. Ana ye hu se the National Communications Officer of the NDC, NIBM Acting CEO, Good Board. Wako a year say no. Wayi a year Bronisika dollars ibi. Or dear Mame Agradaa. Now here's Sikano send an OC kind bebrebe in Agradaa as I shim Yaka in Asaka. Na near who near one say. Sir, a young National Communications Officer of the party, Osaya Acting, Gold Board CEO. Yera Mahama. And some of them for no more Kenyan say, and ya dear one sa ubetimi dia kan eya branche san say oyo golden boy. Untimi nya ho hwe. Untimi nya bibia na kasa kwa. In fact, all social media so asema omo kan no. Nanso no ade a waye no ya ade a ekire eye ahokyere Ghana for fam ene enema bo akosoro na wo hwe obi ono no hwe gold board so na wayi sika dosopuo dollars na ode ache ano ohye etietia Ghana mra o code of conduct na ankasa ode baahe no ebu nanimtia se opani Mahama anye hu bibia ye kira ni se eye o code of conduct na ode baahe ne se bia kra ta keke emunye du ebe ye mframa o kasa keke na menyin ni se sa na apese wo mamu no esikono na ebia sipen eye abrante Sammy Gyamfi kuro ye ebra ma Mrs. Ladapa asemba ya yesi akwakwo hu sika bi woni fie abrante ya na kan se ma me yenyini firi ho yewura Akufuado out of good governance amamuo a opese mu dan fine tino oma oba pani ojina djuma firi nsem anaso ma na resign ye ne ye kan se na no bi se ye de sa aba no bo tachi a yesi ye nei yemfanya dai yemfa boba wei aye ni tietietie se esi dan na obi a yenya ntua ne ka o na enei ono wetim yenya dollars dosopuo se wo hwe kwan so ofa so oyi dollar na wotimu se bebregu ho pa na usa hwe ebiem ka na otimu a ode koye na no ana Yera Mahama kasa okan bibi se na point is no they should eschew opulence and ostentation ye chenya ne se akesesem se ye disika kire on person na point is ni be sa ene isa wo hwe car na Yera Sammy Gyamfi kura dem 2025 Range Rover autobiography fully spec $350,000 and a team no de ko ye keke se wo hwe ye Ghana ye mramu o hwe the Foreign Exchange Act o hwe the Anti-Money Laundering Act ne ye kan se akutia ebiem se wo hwe eniema kese a akatua kra ye de ma ne ya ne se eye gold ya ye ka ho asemu nyina ne de gold board abai ni dwumadi kese ba akopa aban ame ate ase ne se e baba be so ye sidinim ebe ma ye sidi na ede agina na opani a ono no wo gold board na o hwe se ye sidi ni begina no onje ye sidi ni ndi $80 na o ye dey o che. And this is serious lack of confidence in our city. Say wama yen yesika na ye die no emu gidie die wato no asawram abuna nimtia onfa nya hwe yen yesika ye die a eno ne yesi bra bebo ho ban na nke nei entimi nyina no wo ba wo de sid na ni monyam atwitwi fom eno ne ade ana wonso nyese sebe wo ye obi akeke o sebe nko obi akeka enuafo nka ye mfre nsenchofo dwumadie eye Ghana ban sa wo hwe eye aketua kra na omo se ye metua ne kana ano ohye eye afimu bia no obeje 1.5 million Ghana cedis titisika no 15 billion ena obeje uyi anu free ma na no so kra no ye sa timitum ohamu nchichemu edunum utimitum after every 2 years bia no utimi esakire mu entade obehye menu mienu dia ye hye kama entade obehye no ono no de no aban ye fo ho ka 15% of the annual salary. Into your calculation now. 150,000 Ghana citizens, the man say on Fanton Tadie. I said, what Tadie show, crowd to say. Tadie show, Uto, say. And I yet try 150,000 and for more Cabranes on Fanton Tadie, say, any shoes and say. The security for ye tiaka. You better do, ne garden mu ye tiaka. Sikasema ye kan nyina ne na ketua ya kan nyina no eno nka sika ode ko hospital ho ni sika ni hospital ni bibia ne manum ne anyane ni yire mu nyina no aban asai afa ho ka petrol 1,005 liters ya fa ho ka omo anko munim kunta no komma me how many gallons 1,005 liters no hame no nko no yese tuaka ansa na yasa ma no car mienu a wontwie ansa na eye okọ ahomegye mu se opeso okọ ba bi ko gigi nani kakra wa bre wa adwuma bre no okọ a eno so ban fa ho nya ka yetwa business class ma no ni hotel ka ya fa ho ka ni bibia yasa ma no 2,000 a day per diem dollars o asade aka ho asade ma no and $2,000 is 24,000 Ghana cedis. And no gin a day. And no gin a day. Et in ya can say, Abaya show say. Now say, Buyen ye sit in any mutiadia. Near yes, Raman Penny say, Nadaroma. Sabe. Sanya. Now no, a see ya. A year, your mammy. OSP, Shamudia Bassa Mamma Crown, no day. Huson asisika no ono ane dia ono oyobi a waye adwuma emfie duanan ne kunu sika kra de etisempo ano anwea woye architect over 60 years of experience 60 years an international consultant obi ani so oskapa one of the richest architects we have in Ghana na se enei obi akokotu sika no kra no yese anti money laundering act no wafum brano etino yenyinedi enei or resign here it is ene sa na no bi ena sa asemi si ya enei it is only fair say empoye ramahama maninsi nchen ni emfa hwehwemu mra because ne ache no kra so mo kra yentua o moka ena enei o manya sika ayesa dwumadie nyina na ade ba achopa de ye achopa ye pa obi fom a na opo achowa anuafo na mo de ache na eno nchese ufum mrana oswa pacho nyama uko nano A+ ni attorney general ay baba be ka che yese ono de A+ ya ono ni be di efi mu agro to ono de obetumi atete ateche de aye no na why na si attorney general na ye peso atete ateche de ye no enyafo mo mi nyini se mo be pese ya attorney general no onware wa techem onware ofin mu ontiti finye ne ho wo hwe constitution medical kan se wo hwe ne dwumadi ne dwumadi ye kase pa ono na ye lawyer ni pani egina ho magana ban ono na ye lawyer ni pani kase pa egina ho magana ban na se appointment committee will go through parliament. And you see, Konako sign with Fako Court House, they be court and Adiabako. Atinte Ruben, the Tia Tuntia won't me ring treasure. They ain't in a Wuntiminko because if you are the A+ call, bound so ever can I say. It was in the uncle. Nelson wouldn't conform you cocoto. Sa Adia Quadra de Bowie. So we are crom for. One catas a shannon prayer jarrow. Wakwa Jessica dia brem na shebe gefo no wonso no wodi nkofo bi pese omode omkokota wonso na wo se wo charge omo for corruption but wonso no yede bibisi ato so yewura mahama se wan me anya san hwehwemu ye wi ane sisi atoni general anamo a obi adwemu ni se ya toni general odware atechemu ya toni general oye kromfo ya toni general wakwaja demude ya toni general ena ekono de bia bon siniti ayekono sa no okọ sanse adwea yedi hu no enti ho se yetimi sign ti o si etimi sign ti me hu bi da sa to na no wo be kaya Yera Godfrey Dame wo ho ena NDC for kofa tape bi o mo akatekate no mo de asisi ani eno mo se Yera Godfrey Dame ene jakwa edi nkomo eno kromo frɛ no criminal enanse ya ozi ensamo mo kan no ebia o na wiase de wo ho wo wi ofo nsa no ahwe wo nsa no ofo no se nipa woni nipa nsa se enti wo wi ofo nsa no ahwe wo nsa because ansema na no mo kan ya mo se Godfrey Dame edidi na tem sanse mo se oni obi akokasa no ene ya to ne general de ono no yese wo ye kromfo yese wo ye wi yese wo kwakoje adamudie 500,000 Ghana cedis e de bre appointment committee in parliament utini yo ono no onfa nipa ne court no nko sign it o se da bi court den ade obekọ na onko nko se na da je wo me won so de bi court na wote e ho na odidie e ho na woda e ho esi akwa de office utu na no adu high court wo so wontimi fa nipa no nko court na o concentrate on me wa nipa na gu hu fin waka asem atia wo be ka asem so a wo se A+ ni be kire yen ade a onimu fa NSS ho ono na emba be kire yen Attorney General wona tumi nyina ekura wo Ghana nyira no tumi kura wo so wona wo de obedi yen so ma ye obe yen na yen konko busa A+. Now where from this pension for any as a media trial na ya the media for aba na ye kan sem a enim Attorney General no kwasem nie wagu ne hu fi Tony John enkasa saa unim wodwumadi e wo constitution ye nyaade saa asem nso a ye de ato ne tiri so no onhwe no nsan ne ti yewura mahama asodie kese mienu eda wo so nie wa wo code of conduct a wo de baaye ene emu nsem no ne ye pie bani ebie ma de ba kwa ya sen hu ne se ene NDC e baaye o ma ya appointment bebre a o mubu o man no na yawo omo ano omo ye NDC national officers be regional officers impo even constituency officers ene ya pa omo e wa ban mu na ado danko Akufo-Addo etwa asebi to ho mo be kai 2017 na ado danko Akufo-Addo in consultation with the National Executive Committee of the party e de enhye bi ba say obi bia ya fa wo adwumam e wa ban mu na wo sai kura party de bre no jai to Obibia jaito ho eno no ade eboa ne se ema nipa no nya adwempo ema odinani esi adwuma a oye no so no aye ne ye eboa ma amamuo pa edadi etu wahwa enei miame boss oye current general secretary no ya Central Regional Youth Organizer obeye why CEO no resign here and deputy Bashiru no resign here regional ministers ahodo bebre omba enya honorable architect of blessed memory or resigning from Greater Accra region chairman Amewu resign here honorable Asuma Cheme resign here all over obia resign here me ebra ye elect me as national youth organizer na me deputy executive director NSS ahwa na resign here and then ye kam yakwa ni say yet the NDC headquarters na wa dabraka no ya peja ne de akwa si Jubilee House, and it is dangerous for good governance. Etienne ofa national youth organizer ono ye minister manenye na djuma on resign ne deputies nyina ba ko NYA Osman Ayarega Ruth ewo NSS omoda so ho Basintali odaso waye yeru akodua wa occupy position ni pen oye ya resigning as a regional youth organizer wa Ashanti region I don't know that's award post yeru omanebo ama odaso director of elections mi wo saye minister of defense over regions ni ma bebre in fact regional secretary no on northern region on ewo Alhaji Loto on ewo NLA bebre all over Elikem Kotoko Yaira Koku no your IT director and then oko NIA Erika omunyina no mukuta positions. What we are calling on the president to do is and they would the code of conduct for appointees aba. Say omonye impartial. And it's a conflict of interest bi aba. Eti no omo a wapa womo no eye wapa omo a. Sha omo no resign senya Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo year 2017. Emma omo a wa appoint omo nyina no resign ye no. Mo so resign no mo focus on governance. Enti ebe say Ramahama we no boa. Emma Ghana no yekoye nim. Enti enese ye frɛ mo baa na adetitu nti ye frɛ mo baa. Nyame nhira mo obesa tie nka biom.